Live from KXII TV, this is First News at 5.
Have you seen these two men, escapees from Bryan County who got a big head start overnight? Thanks for joining us tonight at 5. We'll get to our top story in just moments, but first some breaking news out of Sherman. A major accident has shut down the intersection of FM 1417 and Highway 56. 2 rescue helicopters have been called to the scene. We know 3 vehicles were involved and at least 2 people are trapped inside those vehicles. The critical accident investigation team has been called in for this wreck that is on FM 1417. So far, no word on how critical those injuries are. We'll bring you more information as it comes to us. Now to our top story. A look at those with Chris Sadeghi standing by live right now in Durant with the latest on those escapes, the 11th jailbreak in the last 14 months. Chris?
Well, Matt, it wasn't until around 10 this morning that the jail knew anything could have hitched a ride. Massive breakdown in procedure from one of the jailers. The OSBI is investigating how exactly these escapes happened. Matt?
Chris, where are they focusing the search for these 2 men?
Well, both of the men are from the Durant area, so they are focusing their search most immediately on the Durant area and the surrounding areas. However, with as much time as these men had, they say it's also likely they could have hitched a ride somewhere else. Reporting live in Durant, Chris Sadeghi, First News.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris. Here is another look at the pair. Both men have been in and out of jail on multiple charges, mostly drug and theft related. And here's a look at those 11 escapes we were talking about. Going back to February of last year, at least 12 inmates have managed to slip past authorities. Of course, the one making the most headlines, accused murderer Kevin Cross. It took law enforcement 2 weeks to track him down after he escaped with 2 other inmates back on February 11th. So let's go back to the timeline for this escape. Aaron McLemore picks up our team coverage now in Durant. Aaron, how did this manage to go unnoticed for at least 8 to 10 hours?
Matt, that's what the OSBI is trying to figure out as we speak. The jail says a head count was taken at 11 p.m. last night and all of the inmates were accounted for. But after that, the details get vague. Answers as to why. Reporting live in Durant, Aaron McLemore, First News.
Thanks, Aaron. The OSBI was just finishing up an investigation into prior escapes. That investigation will now take even longer with today's events. And folks around Durant showing their frustration with all of these escapes. The owner of Salitas changed his marquee today. Read it for yourself. Escaped convicts eat free. Another sign says they need to raise $350 to buy the jail a new lock. For the latest on the escape and the manhunt, check out KXII.com and on your cell phone, KXII2go.com. Troopers have found the body of a New York man who had drowned in Lake Murray last Thursday night. They say the body surfaced about 1,500 yards southeast of the Lodge dock around 2:30 this afternoon. 57-year-old Albert Moran of Yonkers, New York, was in town for a Vietnam veterans reunion when he suggested he would go swimming Thursday night but never returned. Moran's family has been notified. That body being taken to Oklahoma City now for an autopsy. More on this one coming up tonight on First News at 6. Let's take you to Ada now. The driver
70,000.